Welcome to Scream Queen, a podcast about scary movies.
From people not typically depicted in scary movies.
So, Tommy.
Did you see what I did there?
Oh, bitch, I'm trying to ignore you right now, as usual.
So you got on a whole ass Zoom call to ignore me. It's gonna be a little hard.
I can do it. Watch me do it. Watch me. So today, what did we got to see? And once again, we already talked about it, but first of all, we're recording 2 episodes at once because we've been figuring out our schedules and some tech issues, but we're back. We're fucking ready. And yeah, today we were blessed with our little niece's first birthday. We got to see her little face on Zoom this afternoon. That was fucking cute.
It was really cute, and I was like, we were all in the room together. It is awkward. I mean, all of these gatherings that we have to have, and we can't do them in person, and it just really fucks with you emotionally because, like, normally when we're in trouble, we like to show up for each other and be with each other. And this pandemic is like, we can't actually do that. We can't even physically comfort each other. No. So it's a little bit awkward, but it was just so sweet. And she was just going to town on her little cupcake, and I was like,
she was. I'm so proud of her. She gonna eat.
And I was telling Becky, like, it just seemed like yesterday that I was getting all your propofol fucking text messages while you were going into labor.
You were both getting that. I was like, woo, did she mean to send me that? I think at one point well, I won't even say it. Never mind. She will not.
Yeah, no. Let's keep that in the group chat. I don't think she would want to spread her business out there like this.
I love you, Becky. You're wonderful, and also congratulations on raising such a beautiful baby. Like her and Jack are doing a very good job.
We don't normally get too soft on this show, but I will give it up to that. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, why don't you tell us what we're getting into today, Trey?
Well, actually, I wanted to go back because I was gonna talk about one little thing. There's a Chucky alert. There's finally the TV show is coming out on USA and Sci-Fi.
Oh shit!
It's all been filmed. Brad Dourif is gonna be back as Chucky. Our homegirl,
Tiffany Haddish.
Not Tiffany Haddish. Who plays Tiffany in Child's Play? A big titty girl who we love.
As a descriptor, that's
I already know it. Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, big titty girl that we love.
Yes.
Jennifer Titty, yes.
It's coming out. So basically, what I've read about it, the synopsis is after a vintage Chucky doll turns up at a suburban yard sale, an idyllic American town is thrown into chaos as a series of horrifying murders begin to expose the town's hypocrisies and secrets. So,
exposure. Are we going to see some peen? And some peen? Are we seeing some peen?
Maybe.
And with USA and Sci-Fi, they probably won't know.
You never know. They can slip a little.
I mean, the times is changing. People are freeing the peen a little bit more freely than they were when, we were coming.
They're going to give Chucky a dick.
Little nub.
But yeah, that's the main one I'm watching. I'm fucking excited. I'm excited about that. And other than that, I started watching a film that I think you'll really like, Tommy, a lot. It's called Lake of Death. And it's like that segment, The Raft and Creep Show, meets like and meets like Evil Dead and all that. And yeah, you would, and it's Norwegian, but they're doing like really cool, like a lot of like cool like quote callbacks to like Nightmare on Elm Street, and the guy who's trying to do a study there at this haunted cabin, he's a podcaster. And yeah,
are they stealing our thunder? What's going on?
A little bit. It's on Shudder, and yeah, I think we might have to cover it coming up. But you give it a watch.
That episode of the with the raft and the blob creature was the first time I saw a titty that was not my mom's.
Really? How old were you when you saw that?
So I was 4? Little. I mean, it came out probably before I was born, like right when I was born. But I saw my cousin Snowball was babysitting me. Because like it was red.
Why you gotta say it all casually?
Her name was simple. It's the Indian reservation. Everyone got a weird name. Okay, I don't even know. I have an uncle Rocky. I don't know what his real name is. You know what I mean?
I got a bunch of Pookies in my family. I don't know their names. It might be Pookie.
Yeah, I got Limpy in them, Cece, Ladybug, Bee Sting. I don't know any of their goddamn names. I really don't. But yeah, it was the first time I saw Titty Ball.
That takes my breath away every time.
It's a pandemic. It's a respiratory pandemic.
The way that the beach house made you feel every time you say titty ball, it makes me inside.
Don't give me that much power, Dre. Don't give me that much power.
Okay, don't. I never said that.
This week, we're going to be talking about good manners. First of all, Drea proposed this instead of Relic this week. We're going to do Relic later, but I sincerely loved this movie. I was so happy to talk about it. I can't wait to talk about it right now. But also, like, I've been telling people all weekend, I was like, get this. Brazilian, interracial, lesbian, werewolf, horror, drama, sometimes musical. It shouldn't musical. And it absolutely does. It slayed. It's slayed. It's my favorite movie I've seen this year.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that, good manners. And then our scream queen is Carmen Ejogo from Purge, Anarchy. Yeah. And I got to say, the Purge has given us more than a few Black final girls. Because Carmen is in this one. Lauren Velez is in Purge, the first Purge.
Oh, the first Purge.
First Purge. Betty Gabriel is in Election Year, who played the maid in Get Out.
Yeah.
So
they be giving it, and they're on topic. Yeah, very, very too relative.
You know, I remember when the Purge first came out, and I was like, yeah, right. In the year of our Lord 2020, I mean, like the new founding fathers is just Donald Trump, like in them.
Oh, bitch.
Anyway, let's get into it.
All right, so spoiler alerts. I want to say that, but that's what we do. We just get into the movies because we watch something, we get obsessed with it. We want to tell you all about it, But this, no matter what we say about this film, it's not going to take away from your first experience getting to watch it.
And also the reason why I want to tell you the week before we watch this is to give you the opportunity to watch it and be part of this conversation.
Absolutely. So our first film, Good Manners, came out in 2017. It's the directors are Juliana Rojas and Marco Dutra. It stars Isabel Joie, Marjorie Estiano, and Miguel Lobo. It's about a woman named Clara, a lonely nurse from the outskirts of Sao Paulo. She is hired by mysterious and wealthy Anna as the nanny for her unborn child. The two women develop a strong bond, but a fateful night changes their plans. So yeah, this film, it starts off, it has three vibes to it. Like there's the epilogue is the story of these two women and how they come to, and again, like this beautiful brown-skinned woman from one side of town, the slums, meets this privileged woman. So you're dealing with classism. And then we get into, it deals with, full on deals with race. And I think the outlining theme is motherhood. I discovered in some of my notebooks that I had jotted down to watch this film a few times. And of course I forgot because I write too much shit down. But it was on my radar for a second. And it did well where it played. It just didn't play in many places. It only made like $35,000, but that doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the film. It just didn't get a lot of press or whatever. But I remember hearing about it, and it was because of the app Mubi, M-U-B-I. They have great films. Like they're kind of up on the Criterion kind of feel. Like they promote a lot of great international and just solid classic work. And this is how I came across this film. And I was super fucking excited. As soon as I read about it, and then I watched the first like 5 minutes, I was like, holy shit. And 20 minutes into it, I was texting Tommy, like, I think we need to cover this. Like, this is the one.
And yeah, Drea was like, Brazilian interracial lesbian werewolf. And I was like, you had me. No, I'm there. I'm absolutely, we are actually the target audience for this exact film. Like I said in the intro, it has so many disparate elements about it that it just shouldn't work. And it does. I think, first of all, like, it has the same ambition, I think, that a lot of horror has, which is like, I'm just going to swing for the fences. And sometimes, you know, the premise falls short. Yeah. This is one where the premise was fairly conventional, like werewolf movie, but like that it became, but it was so original. It was so it was so, I feel, so lovingly crafted, so well acted. And absolutely. I'm just gonna say what my only problem was. I only had but one problem, and that was the CGI.
Oh yeah, I didn't need the CGI.
No, I wanted, like, when little boy kills his friend in the mall or whatever. I didn't need to see the kid. I didn't need to see the werewolf. Like, no. The reaction of the child of the other boy was enough. Like, I wouldn't, like, when homegirl's suckling little baby a werewolf, it's obviously like a puppet. You know, it's not a CGI.
The CGI doesn't bother me as much, but even I was still like, I don't know if I need this. And they also, well, the directors were heavily influenced by old Disney animated films, and Sleeping Beauty was the #1 that they really took from. And there's a scene where, you know, they animate and you see the beast in the woods, and I thought that's how they were going to depict the beast throughout the film. They would animate.
It would have been better that way. It would have been better.
I was down.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was the CGI, but that makes so much sense because that's where, when we talked about before, it does dip into musical territory a few times. When, like, and so it being like kind of lovingly crafted in the vein of an old Disney film, that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. And also the little boy that plays Joel, his name is Miguel Lobo, and Lobo means wolf in Portuguese, which is just fucking crazy. And he's brilliant.
He is so cute. Oh my God.
You like kids again. See,
I know. If I had ovaries, they would be glowing like that little kid. But he also, like, is able to deliver, because you can't talk about, you can't talk about this movie without talking about Black motherhood.
Yes.
You know, and like, she's got to, so this kid around the full moon, he turns into a werewolf, and she has to, like, keep him in the house. And so she's terrified when he's outside, because she doesn't know if he's gonna, and how people will react to him.
And also, so he kills his mother. He bursts out of her stomach, similar to Sinia's character in The Girl with All the Gifts.
Yes.
And he kills her immediately. And 7 years later, she chooses to keep him and take care of him. And
he has, like, it's one whole completely other movie. It's like 2.5 hours long. And there's, like, the first half is one movie and the second half is another movie. And I love the fact, because, like, how that's not conventional. And I feel like that, I feel like there is a version of this movie that wouldn't have had the guts to do that.
Absolutely. This movie doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. First of all, why is it not talked about more? And I mean, but all the reviews I've seen on it are glowing. Like, everybody loves the shit out of this film. You know, like, you were getting into Black motherhood, and, you know, the fact that this child killed the woman that she loved and formed this new bond with, and they had this beautiful thing. And then she wanted to just put that, you know, send that child down the river or whatever.
She tried to leave it like fucking Laura Dannon and Willow, and that baby would just not take to the reeds. She was like, okay.
She's that Willow bitch.
I also saw that this weekend, so.
I need to watch Willow. I need to watch Willow.
It's been a while. I watched that on VHS in my grandma's house like 25 years ago.
And I was like, that's when Val was looking good. Val was good. He was looking good all the way up until The Saint. But anyway, I don't want to get too off track, but you know.
I don't ever talk about it too much, because I'll lead with, like, I love men, I love tall men, but, like, men with long hair, there's just I don't talk about it because it's, like, a little too stereotypical. Yeah. Like, oh, of course, like, you love Indian men, but, like,
Jason Momoa, you know.
Ooh, Ooh, bitch, that's 2 out of 2. Yes, he's tall and he has long hair. Anyway, so talking about good manners again, I gotta say that I love Portuguese, and specifically Brazilian Portuguese. I love the sound of it. It's like if Spanish and French like Eiffel Towered Russian. You know what I mean? That's like,
it is
those things
so
all kind of come
sultry,
together.
so delectable. Just to hear, it is like warm butter or something like in your ears. It's just like freaking strange to hear that sound. It's so intoxicating, that language.
And when you hear like it delivered, it's a magic. And then when you hear like Portuguese singing, that's another.
And that's the only reason that musical aspect worked, is because it's such a natural vibe from that place. You know, you think of the girl from Ipanema, and that's just their vibe out there. And otherwise, I really feel like that could have come up incredibly cheesy, and it could have not worked at all. But
because then like randomly there's like a song, and then like this like homeless person is like singing this song, and like it's just like but also like it got me thinking about one of my favorite groups, which is Lineker e os Caramelos, and it's like a kind of like a funk group headed by a Black trans woman. So check them out because their shit is dope.
Say it again.
But it's like it's called Lineker e os Caramelos. We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
But it's like in addition to a melody and the beauty of the language, it's also the vibe. Like that vibe has to be right, and if it's not right, it ain't gonna work out.
Absolutely, it was the perfect casting. Went 7 years later when she moves to the favelas, or I think that's what they're called, or the slums, whatever. It's beautiful over there. I don't think they look like slums, but her community that she's with, they all support her and her son. Nobody really mentions the fact that
nobody's like, I don't
mother.
get where did this little kid come from, and he's not Black, and like they're like, what's going on?
And you notice that because I mean, that's like, I don't know if that's a real cultural thing out there, and I think to some degree it is, where I think that there might be more common practice than we realize. But I really kind of liked how they weren't affected by that. What they did notice, however, is that kid doesn't eat and he gets sick every month. And
she never gives him any kind of protein.
He can't have meat. And she learned that because she couldn't give his mother meat, because she was bitten by a wolf and conceived a child from some man after she had an affair. So she was not allowed to give her meat. And once she started having meat, she like snuck, and that's my thing. It's not the CGI, it's that there's not enough sex in the film.
Yeah, because those two ladies, well, here's the shitty thing. There is, I think, even like there is such a clear bias against lesbian film. Like, I remember Miseducation of Cameron post that came out a couple years ago, won all of these awards, like jury awards and shit like that, and they couldn't find a distributor. And Desiree Akhavan, who wrote it, and I think she directed it, but adapted it and directed it, was talking about how hard it was. And she's like a queer woman herself and a brown woman. And she was just like, it's even with all of the lip service being paid to the queer community and like POC and women in this sort of Me Too Time's Up era, it's still impossible to get distribution the way that a fucking straight man would. Mm-hmm. And like the fact that like the lead of this movie is the character anyway, I don't know about the actress, but the character is a queer Black woman. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, already people are like, I don't know who this is going to appeal to, or like,
over here,
How about people who like good fucking movies? How about that? Like, I have to watch shit all the time that I do like, but that has and this is the reason we started this podcast, that has nobody that looks like us on them. Nobody that looks like us associated with them, and we still find a way to enjoy it.
That's what we're forced to. We're fucking forced to. And
so if we can do that for 35 years, you can do that for 2 fucking hours.
Yes, you can. You can find the fucking patience, and if you can't, then move the fuck on.
Yeah, fuck you. We don't need you anyway. Well, I just need to say that because like I've gotten, like I'm working on a project right now, and my director is a Native woman, and like I'm a Native writer, and we're just running into so much pre-pandemic, but like suspicion. People be like, I don't know, it's like your first feature, it's like your first thing. And it's like, well, stop paying lips. You want to be the person on stage giving the speech about inclusion and diversity, but you don't want to include diversity. That's fucked up.
Well, people love to talk about it and pretend like they have a say in something, or, you know, it's all bullshit. You know, the fact you don't even need, we know how I feel about this and I know how you feel about this, but I don't deal with pandering. I don't deal with your condescending late response to the violence that's been happening against people for centuries. You know, I don't have patience for it. So, and it's not my job to teach you. There's so much information out there. You better find it on your fucking own. Like,
Google.com is open 24 hours a day for free.
Absolutely. Or hey, even use Yahoo if your ass is still on Yahoo.
Which, depending on your age, that might be more appropriate.
Hey, what you gonna do?
I wanted to talk a little bit about, so there was, I feel like, okay, so CGI, we already talked about CGI of this movie was not my favorite part of it, but there was, you know, some howling a little bit, you know, in there. I got a little bit of Parasite vibes too with the class thing in the first half of the movie, you know? So I think there were a lot of like references.
American Werewolf, yeah.
Yeah, that I really appreciated as a lover of this genre. Is there like a chain store on Etsy? Because like after he broke through the chains and then she just had another one ready to drill in, and I was like,
I thought about that. I'm like, where's this bitch going to get these chains? And
is there like a Brazilian Home Depot that she just like, oh, I gotta get, it's not even kids, shackles.
He's going into the city. Honestly, I don't know. That was a major.
Where do you get shackles now?
Well,
I don't even.
I guess they within the 7 years that we didn't see them on TV, or like didn't see their lives throughout there, she must have like a shackle dude. She has a shackle dude.
No, I'll get Reggie in that. He's my shackle dude. No, don't worry about it.
It's not like they got Home Depot and shit out there. So they got shackle dudes.
And also, like, you know, we talked at the top of the show about our mutual friend who, like, her baby just had her first birthday, but there was something I was thinking of in the first half of this movie where one of the ladies is pregnant, and she's just like, when she goes to get her examinations, and he's like putting all the stuff on her belly, and she's like, is it normal? And he's like, yeah, and like she kind of cries a little bit. Like, that's also, I feel like, our friend, like, kind of talking about how, like, it having, like, at the same time, like, a joy for the new life that you bring into this world, the fear that it will have something wrong, you know, or like have some kind, not something wrong, but like that there will be some sort of health complications, you know?
I mean, it takes so much strength to be a parent, to be a good parent, and to balance out the fear of anything happening to your child. And the fact that this person loses her lover, chooses to take on her lover's child that killed her lover, and, you know, move forward, like, the power of motherhood. And, you know, she can't not nurture this being. And he's beautiful. He's such a gorgeous little baby. And then
Wait, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that it goes from this very almost kinky. I thought it was just gonna be a kinky ass film, starting from the beginning. Like,
I mean, I would have been here for that.
I was so ready. And so I watched the first 40 minutes, and it's pretty much just real sexy. I'm like, woo, bitch.
And when she's like mounting her, and she's just like, and there's just this flesh, you know, just beautiful flesh on flesh. Yeah.
Beautiful. And so it goes from that story, and then all of a sudden homegirl's gone, and I'm like, oh shit, where's this going? And then we got this little werewolf pup biting on a titty and shit. I'm like, okay. She doesn't have milk in that titty. She didn't give birth, and why did she give the titty up? I don't even know. I don't,
that was just, I think I texted you.
It didn't need milk. It just needed blood.
I mean, but still, it's just like, but you could have given it a shoulder,
arm.
Or like,
I don't even know.
You didn't need to give it your titty ball.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, I guess that was her trying to, like, kind of like, you know, mama bird or mama bear, you know, just that, make sure that the baby know I'm yours, and it's a bonding thing, I guess. It was strange as fuck, but I thought that scene was hilarious. So it goes from this very sexy, it takes one story and then it molds into the story about kind of mother son, like this person that's this caretaker of this child, and then it ends in this union between them. Like they kind of lose themselves for a minute, and he doesn't trust her, and that ending scene is just so fucking cool. Like I love that end. I thought it was so dope. Just like them standing together, and like, I was like, I'd like to believe like, yeah, they just went and did their thing and got out of there. But who knows what happened? I mean, I think they did. He probably can't.
Well, once he went and killed his best friend, I was like, honey, I don't think this is gonna end well for you.
But I'm thinking, the strength that little kid possesses, like once they got past that door, that group was gone. They ate that family and went and kept going. That's what I'm seeing. I know that. I want to believe that's what happened. I choose to believe that.
But yeah, it's like a sort of allegory for like the just general fraught nature of motherhood in conceiving a life, and then also particularly Black motherhood and keeping a life alive when the outside world is going to demonize your child. And that's so much of that is the conversations that people are having right now, with like the uprising and all that kind of stuff, even though some of us have been uprisen for a little while, that like, I thought like, it's such fertile ground for horror when you take a story like this and that's what it becomes about. That's when horror is working its best, and I loved this. I was so hyped about this movie, and I'm just like telling literally everyone I know to watch it because it is so good. It is so good, and like, there's something about it that it's like it's trying really hard, and it's not trying hard at all, because there's so much effort and work, but it's also like you just have to let it fall on you. You just have to let it work its magic on you, because I feel like it is a magic film.
It's pure magic. I completely agree. Yeah.
Good manners.
Good manners, guys.
Watch it, y'all. You bet. If you don't watch it, I'm coming for your ass.
See, that's a threat, and he be holding up on his threats. I heard. All right, let's get into our Scream Queen.
All right, our Scream Queen this week is Carmen Ejogo from Purge, Anarchy, right? So James DeMonico wrote and directed this one, the Purge with Ethan Hawke and them, and then also Purge Electioneer. He didn't do the first Purge, but he did all three of them. He was a producer on the first Purge. So it's America in 2023, which is...
Yeah, that's fucking alarming.
So there's three groups of people intertwined and are left stranded in the streets of the night of the Purge, trying to survive chaos and violence. Of course, like, the way that the Purge is set up by the political party, the New Founding Fathers, is that it's one night where you get to release all of your pent-up feelings, and for 12 hours, all crime is legal, including murder. But it's really a covert way for the government to kill poor people. Mm-hmm. And like, what it says about race and class, I mean, when it came out in 2013 or whatever, like
2014,
it was, it was like, this is like a little on the nose, but really, really far-fetched as like a premise. Now I'm like, this is actually what's happening, and cops.
What the fuck? The president's name is Donald. I mean, not that they predicted that, but he was running at the time, and so somebody was like, well, how fun, this is what it would be like if a Donald like Trump won, and look where the fuck we're at.
And also, I think first Purge came out 2016 or 2017, something like that, and so one of the posters was like the red MAGA hat, but it said the first Purge on it. The one like,
the first Purge is like the prequel, right?
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to do Carmen because,
I mean, she's just a little light. Her character's not that great in the movie.
It's not, but like, I wanted to do Carmen specifically because like, she has been done so wrong in scary movies.
Yeah.
Like, it comes at night. She was like shot in front of her boy, or like right after her boy got killed. In fucking that Alien movie, she gets like fucking eviscerated by her lover, who's like slowly turning into an alien. And I was like, no, I need her to live in one of these.
They didn't give her the justice that she deserved. She does come through in the end, like she really does. But they gave her some straight up, like, some moments I'm like, a Black woman would not do, or a woman of color, like she would not be pulling that shit. Like, I'm gonna get frozen up as somebody's chasing after me with a motherfucking gun. Like, are you kidding me right now? I thought she got shot, so I'm like, that's why she's not running. That bitch didn't get shot. She just froze up. I'm like,
and I'm like, I'm sorry, are you not concerned about this huge fucking flamethrower? Just pick them legs up. I know you go to exercise classes. You know what I mean?
And then to find out that Frank Grillo's character he saved them first of all, and then they lied and got him to take them to their friend's house, and all that mess that went down over there.
Oh my God, that was a fucking messy ass scene.
So messy.
The lady's sister came out, shot up the whole place. I was like, God damn, you couldn't have done this 20 minutes ago before these people came here? Like
the fuck? It was all coming out. But again, very similar to what we're experiencing now. I have read many stories of just all the murders going down right now, because people they had work to distract them from their partners and people they don't like. Now they got to just hang out with each other. Like, oh,
and that they had to do that for one night. You know what I mean? They had to do that for 12 hours to just be around each other. They couldn't stand 12 hours.
Don't do it. Well, it was Purge night. It was allowed. So what are you gonna do? But why when the people get over there, you got to do that then? Like, exactly.
But you need an audience now, bitch? What's going on? No. You could just wait for them to peace out. Like, you don't even have to. That was an interesting choice. I would like to sit the sister down and ask her what the fuck was going through her full mind at that point.
Again, like, it was a lot. And I was just like, I'm just going to go with this. It's, Blumhouse Productions, they do what they do. And not that I'm giving, oh Lord knows you have your things to say about Jason Blum. He doesn't necessarily.
I've never seen him before. And it's like, that looks like a raisin doing an impression of Johnny Knoxville.
He's a dude with a bunch of money, and he does, there's no theme or algorithm or whatever, like, theory to how he picks movies. He just buys up a bunch of shit, and a lot of it is not good. And some of it,
I appreciate the ones that are. I understand that not every movie is going to be great. But, his name is inextricable in contemporary horror because he produces everything.
You were right to assume and have that feeling that he's something like a fucking raisin. Like, he does credit himself for having more talent and skills than he really should.
But Jason, if you're watching and you want to give me a job, that was all in jest. And the thing is, you're not tight in Indian community unless
he's a great writer, and you wanna hit right there.
Let's not go nuts.
But yeah, so it's like you said, America 2023, unemployment 5%, crime. Now crime is virtually non-existent. That's not a thing. But we're getting to some weird sort of place with this. I saw this, so I don't have a bone to pick with you, but I was triggered watching this because I was rewatching my neighborhood burn down. That was all filmed right around my fucking block. I was like, oh, there's my street. Oh, there's that street. Oh, there's my apartment fucking building. When I saw it in the theater, it was funny to watch it. When I watched it now, it was just like, it was triggering. I'm not even gonna lie. I just
it was around your apartment downtown?
All of that was filmed like on streets, like within 1 block of my place, of my old place and my new place. Like, so I saw a burning bus going down the street. I'm like, that is rude. That is scary.
I remember one time when I was living in South Williamsburg and I was walking towards the bridge, and I saw this bank van. What are the vault van things? Blow up and tumble in the air, and there were all these men with all these rifles, and I was like, oh shit! And I realized they were just filming a fucking movie. I was like, they couldn't give us a sign. There couldn't have been like a PA or a gopher standing at the corner being like, just so you know, don't get triggered, but shit's blowing up right now. There was nothing like that.
Oh, living downtown, it has given me PTSD that I've had to overcome. Like, literally just hearing like all the car commercials and the explosions that go on downtown that aren't, I'm like, wait, is that a real gunshot? Is that a fake? Is that a real explosion? It took me time to distinguish, and then like trying to sleep through that shit. Now I have a place that's like insulated, like I can't hear as much of the outside, but it's downtown's noisy as fuck.
But I remember when you were sending me pictures like a couple of months ago when the National Guard was like on your street.
Yeah.
And it was like
my whole all Spring Street was completely ransacked. I mean, all Broadway, all around downtown, everything, every store was broken into, everything. And yeah, so to watch this, it was a bit much. But I mean, I this bitch ain't scared. I ain't scared, but it's alarming. It's alarming, and just it's fucking crazy that we're going through this right now. We're going through this, and every damn sci-fi film and post-apocalyptic film has predicted this and told us about this, and we have sat here and denied it and acted like this shit can't happen. And look at us now. Like, isn't it cute the predicament we're in?
It's like as if it's like the movie version, but like more boring. You know what I mean? So it's like this ain't the zombie apocalypse disease, but it's an apocalypse disease, and we've got an uprising, and we're looming on the Great Depression Part 2. So
fun. It's like
I know.
Super exciting.
I can't say that the Purge as in general was like one of it's not my favorite series.
No. I probably like it more than Saw, I would say, but
yeah. In terms of current franchises, it's like it doesn't get on my nerves, but I'm not like, ooh, can't wait to see the new Purge movie. I mean, I saw the one with what's his name? Ethan Hawke. You know, I was like, it was interesting, and it was very small, and it was very contained. Mm-hmm. You know, and they just do what these movies do in the sequels is like make it bigger, more bloated, and more ridiculous, and less story. You know,
I mean, it's fun. It's just nice to. Well, it's not until election year that we get to just completely fuck up all the rich people. We get some of that in this film, but we really get it in election year. So I was hoping to get. I thought I was watching election year. I was going to be watching that, but then I realized which one this was. I wanted to shout out Michael K. Williams, because I just love Michael K. Williams. You know him as Omar from The Wire, but before that he was in school and he decided to drop out because he saw the Rhythm Nation video, and he became a backup dancer for Madonna, George Michael, and he choreographed 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters, and he's in that video. Yeah, Michael K. Williams. And you can look it up. His ass is in the back in like a leotard and shit. It's hilarious. And he can get them moves. He got them moves.
And he plays like the counter-revolutionary, right?
Yes, he's like a Malcolm X type, you know. He's got to go.
That I really appreciated him. I do appreciate him as an actor. That was kind of hilarious though. Oh, his little line delivery. No. I was like, okay.
I know. I'll take him. I'll take it. Yeah. I know he walked in there. He seemed so happy to deliver that line. He probably got paid so much to do that one fucking thing. He's like, okay, whatever, motherfucker. I was here for it. I as cheesy as it was, I was here for it because I just adore him. I think he's the best. But
and what's that dude's name? Frankie Gill. He played the dude with the muscles, and he was the main dude in the Purge movie.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah, Frank Grillo. Highly recommend his the nudes that he took when he was in his 20s, the black and white nudes. I did search for them, and yes, they're there. So artistic.
That's a good looking man. He's a good looking
artistic. Man. I mean, I kind of want him to like twist my head off, like
Jason. You said you want Jason to do that to you. So you want Mike Myers to do that to you.
Or like I want him to like flex and like crush my voice box, maybe. You know what I mean? Like
with his pecs.
Yeah. He's very fit.
Bitch, you're so stupid. Also, it's an early Lakeith Stanfield role is in this. He's in there talking about, I'm just a scavenger. We ain't purging tonight. We just out here.
That's what I thought. I was like, this dude is giving me Lakeith Stanfield voice.
He was in there, and that was just not too much before he got Atlanta, which I cannot fucking wait for the next season of Atlanta to come out. Such a great
Are they giving us another one?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's already in production or whatever. It started. So oh my God, I love that show. It's one of the best shows of all time.
I love Zazie Beetz.
Oh, little Zazie.
I know.
Zazie.
Also, Lakeith is kind of like, he kind of reminds me of like an alien, like pretending to be human.
Oh yeah.
Like learning what it's like to, because he's a little bit, and I'm here for it. I love it.
For sure.
But like, the thing about it is, like, you put him as the romantic lead in something like The Photograph, and it's like, I don't know if this works, but I like what you're doing. Like, I buy him as quirky, like Knives Out. Bought him in that 100%.
Yeah, he could do that.
You know, but him having to be romantic lead with Issa in The Photograph, I was a little bit like,
I gotta get.
I saw it last year at Alamo.
Yeah, I missed it. I was gonna go, and I just like, I never was in the mood for it. Every time I went to go see something, I was like, nah. But whatever, I'll catch it eventually, and I won't even bootleg it. I'll buy it because
high praise from Drea Washington. I
gotta support my people.
I'm gonna buy it.
I gotta support my people.
All right, Carmen, thank you so much for being our screen queen this week. I just want to give a shout out to, again, like first Purge, Lauren Velez, New York Undercover herself. Love her a lot. She got to live in that movie, so that was nice.
Absolutely. I'm happy to have covered this one, honestly. I think it's strange how too topical it is. It's too fucking topical. I wish they had given my girl some more, a better role, but I hope for her in the future, she gets some more. So let's fingers crossed they give our girl Carmen some more shine.
Yeah, and please let her live to the end of the movie.
We would prefer. Thank you.
That would be nice. Yes. All right.
For the next 50 years, we don't get to die in movies. That would.
What if we all just made it to the end?
All right. So catch us next week, same time, same place. We'll be talking about what did we decide on, Tommy? We decided on Relic.
We can do Relic. Yeah.
Yes, with Miss Emily Mortimer. And this movie was a fucking doozy. Kind of took me through it. Your classic haunted house horror trope, but it goes there. And Tommy's gonna love it. And we're still
Thank you for thinking of me. I feel so good about this decision.
I'm always thinking of you, baby. Put you first.
Well, Screen Queen is produced by Alexandra De Palma and Domino Sound,
with theme music by Doc Allison. I am Drea. I stay ready, Washington. And you can find me on the gram at Hey Girl Hey. That's HeyGrlHey.
I am Tommy. I'm Miss Sucking Dick Pico. And you can find me nowhere, actually, because I'm off the socials at this moment. So peace.
Yes. And you can find us on Instagram at Scream Queen Podcast.
And online at screeemqueenpodcast.com.
Send us some love notes at screeemqueen@gmail.com. That's bitch can spell, I swear. SCREEEM queen@gmail.com.
And in the scary movie of your life,
you better
scream, queen. Oh, another one bites the dust.
Yes, bitch.